Gideon, what's happening to you? You're turning into a beast, she screamed. If only your husband had died, I could have eaten him and obtained all the powers I wanted. I don't understand, Jocelyn said, shivering. I'm an evil wizard, using people for my power. What do you think happened to the king's parent? It was me. I used them, I befriended them for a while, and they trusted me, and I had their good souls just like you, he said, spitting. The Secret in the Enchanted Forest by Lydia Hussein. Welcome to P English Literature, a YouTube channel that conveys Amazon, Goodread, blog, and video book reviews coupled with interviews with authors. It's a perfect channel for book lovers, authors, and writers generally. P English Literature, the exact channel for you and me. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and to the review of Lydia Hussein, The Secret in the Enchanted Forest. I actually love this book because it's actually a fairy tale novel. It is absolutely wholesome, and I enjoyed my time while I read through it because it's actually a short read of 135 pages, and I wasn't really disappointed when I read through it. It's something that is fair in my own opinion, and it's something that has some sort of nice characteristics attached to it. Firstly, if I should start from the idea of the story, I feel that the story has a nice idea. I love the storyline, and I love the way the characters behave. I love the description of each trait that define the personality of each characters, and I generally love the writing. And according to what I read on Amazon from the publisher, the book is actually for children in the age of 6 to 9, though I also feel that some adult teens can also find enjoyment in it, as well as some adults who are interested in reading fairy tales. I find it quite awesome because the storyline is actually quite interesting. The plot twist is somewhat very figurative, and I specifically love the imagery that is embedded in the book because each book has a sort of imagery attached to it. When the story is being told and there's a kind of an imagery attached to some page as I flip through it, so it's something that is actually quite intriguing, and in my own opinion, it added more charm to the book. I actually read an ebook version of this book, and it's actually a short read with a kind of a nice swift description of the character. The protagonist of this novel is actually the king Robert, whose parent was actually went into the Enchanted Forest in time past and they couldn't return. From the novel, I don't think that there's a particular reason why they did not return. I think the reason or the cause of their disappearance to today is actually something like a mystery to them. Prince Robert actually mourned the death of his parent, and it was quite very, very gruesome on him. He had an uncle called Lawrence who had been pestering him on getting married so that they can elect him as a new king and so that they can have a princess. But I think along the line, I think in the beginning chapters, Prince Robert told Lawrence that he's gonna cancel his wedding, that he's not getting married yet because of one or two reasons. Prince Robert actually have some sort of enemy, some sort of foe who are hindering him, who are trying their best to hurt him, to stop him from becoming the king in the Enchanted Forest. But there's a kind of a confusion somewhere. I couldn't discern if he's gonna be the prince in the Enchanted Forest or a prince in a particular kingdom, because from what I read from the novel, it's as if the Enchanted Forest is being owned by some group of beasts, group of frog-like human, and they do have a kind of invasion. They do invade people who just live in another kingdom close to them. So I do not really know why the parent of Robert himself went into the Enchanted Forest in a way that they couldn't return. So I don't really know why it's like that. But while I was reading through the novel, I discovered that Prince Robert actually have some sort of enemy. He has some sort of foe who are actually hindering him, trying to stop him from becoming the prince. And with this, I found a particular place of the novel quite intriguing. That's a point whereby the frog and the beast-like creature are raging war towards Prince Robert and his cohort. So when they were raging war towards the Prince Robert and his squad, they actually come with great weapon, and they were raging the war, so they had to flee for their own life. In an attempt fleeing, I think some people were killed, and at this point it was quite very gruesome. But Prince Robert was in this particular, I think there was a particular day whereby he was traveling in, or he was surveying. So he met a particular stranger and he took them in. He brought them to his house so that they can start living together, and he was very, very kind to them. So unknowing to Prince Robert, he did not know that the stranger that he actually took in is gonna be, or it's actually in step to its destiny, because it was through the stranger. He actually did not know that one of the strangers actually a thief. That's a particular man, and he eventually got married to the thief's daughter. It's actually, the plot twist is actually quite dynamic in nature, and it's somehow fascinating, because the thief actually was stealing something at a particular point, and the thief went to their doctor's house together with the prince. And when they get there, the prince seems to fall in love with the thief's daughter, that's Jocelyn, and from there they begin to have affection towards one another, and he proposed to her and she accepted. Even when he proposed to her and she accepted, and one of the things I actually find imminent, very rampant in the novel, is the fact that it has some characters who are deceptive in nature. People like Gideon is very deceptive. It's actually, there's a particular point whereby this beast-like creature were actually running after Prince Robert, and with this they had to seek refuge in the house of the thief's daughter, that's Jocelyn this time around. So once Gideon get the information that the prince and his other people are in Jocelyn's house, he told those beasts, and they were like, okay, if you get there and the prince is not there, we're gonna kill you. He was like, I assure you, he's there. So once they get there, unknowingly to them, they were able to sight that they are coming. So they quickly arrange themselves and pass through another door so they can escape from the wrath of those useless beasts coming to attack them. So the story kept unfolding, and it was unfolding in a dynamic manner. I actually love the characterization, even though I wasn't really enthralled with it, but I find it quite wholesome. One of the deceptive features that happened in this novel is the fact that Gideon deceived Jocelyn for his own selfish interest. So I think it took Jocelyn to a particular place, and once they get there, that was when they were having that conversation that I recited at the beginning chapter of this video book review, where I said, Gideon, what's happening to you? You're turning into a beast. And he was like, if only your husband, that's Robert, had died, I couldn't have eaten him. I could have, rather, sorry for that, I could have eaten him and obtained all the powers I wanted. Then she was like, I don't understand. Jocelyn said, shivering. Then, Gideon answered him and said, I'm an evil wizard, using people for my power. What do you think happened to the prince, parent? I was the one who killed them. And, I befriended them. And once they trusted me, I took myself in, and I'm gonna do the same to you. So I think eventually he was caught, and he denied the fact that he wasn't going to do or harm them. The book is actually a fairy tale, and I think lovers of fairy tale will actually find it intriguing. I left a review of the book on Goodreads, with a caption that it's a pleasurable ride into the adventure of the event that happened in the Enchanted Forest. It's full of secrecy, it's full of some facts that are unknown to the characters, and I don't want to talk too much about the book. It's actually a pleasurable read to me, and it's something that is very good that people who love fairy tales will actually find quite intriguing. One feature that I actually find quite intriguing about the book is the imagery. At every image you actually depict what is happening in the comment chapters or the previous chapters. When you have something like something like an action-packed stuff, and it's been expanded in the image with a very nice, I think the artists need to be need some accolade. It did very well. I actually love it very well. The book is actually a short read of 105 pages, and it's a short read. I think I finished it in a day or thereabout. So it's actually something that I would really recommend for people who love fairy tales to check out if they would like to get a copy. I left a link in the description part of this video if you would like to get a copy of Lydia Hussein, The Secret in the Enchanted Forest. It's currently available on Amazon for some few dollars, and I so much recommend it for people who love fairy tales. So if you watch this video to this point and you're yet to click on the subscribe button, I want to urge you to please click on the subscribe button over there. Also consider liking this video and sharing it with your friend. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you can get notified anytime I release new videos. Thank you very much for watching my video book review, my short, spoiler-free video book review of Lydia Hussein, The Secret in the Enchanted Forest. See you in my next video.